According to the United Nations, the devastating conflict in Sudan is being perpetuated by the supply of weapons from foreign backers of opposing generals. Greetings, everyone. Today, we will be delving into the subject of the conflict in Sudan, which has been exacerbated by the influx of weapons from foreign sources. This dire situation has resulted in the loss of thousands of lives, numerous injuries, and the displacement of millions of people. The involvement of external actors has hindered the progress of negotiations for a ceasefire. General Burhan enjoys support from Egypt, while Dagalo is backed by Russia's Wagner Group. The Rapid Support Forces have specifically targeted Darfur, leading to a significant displacement of its population. Despite the immense devastation caused by this conflict, there are ongoing efforts to establish peace and facilitate the transition to democratic governance in Sudan. Without further delay, let us begin our discussion. According to the UN political chief, the ongoing one-year conflict in Sudan, characterized by power struggles among rival generals, has ignited a crisis of epic proportions. This crisis is exacerbated by the influx of weapons from foreign backers who blatantly disregard UN sanctions designed to bring an end to the conflict. Under-Secretary General Rosemary DiCarlo emphasized the illegality and immorality of this situation, urging for an immediate cessation of these actions during her address to the UN Security Council. In the midst of April 2023, Sudan was thrust into a state of turmoil as the long-standing animosity between the military, under the leadership of General Abdel Fattah Burhan, and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary, commanded by Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, erupted into violent clashes on the streets of the capital city, Khartoum. This conflict has since escalated and extended its reach to various other regions within the country, particularly urban centers and the western Darfur region. In a grim portrayal of the war's consequences, DiCarlo depicted a staggering toll: more than 14,000 fatalities, tens of thousands injured, an impending famine threatening the lives of 25 million individuals, and a staggering 8.6 million displaced from their homes. According to Mohamed Ibn Chambas, who serves as the chair of the African Union Panel on Sudan and as the High Representative for the Silence the Guns in Africa initiative, external interference plays a significant role in exacerbating the challenges faced in negotiating a ceasefire and ending the war. The prolonged duration of this war can be attributed to the significant external assistance provided in the form of war supplies and other necessities, according to Chambas. This undeniable truth is the unacknowledged presence that looms over the situation. Both DiCarlo and Chambas refrain from disclosing the identities of any of the international backers. However, Burhan, who orchestrated a military coup in Sudan in 2021, maintains a strong alliance with Egypt and its president, former army chief Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. In February, Sudan's foreign minister engaged in discussions with his Iranian counterpart in Tehran, fueling speculation of potential drone acquisitions for the Sudanese government's armed forces. According to a recent report by UN experts, the leader of the Rapid Support Forces, Dagalo, has allegedly garnered assistance from the Wagner mercenary group of Russia. Additionally, the RSF has obtained support from Arab-allied communities and established fresh military supply routes that traverse Chad, Libya, and South Sudan. In Darfur, the RSF, predominantly Arab, has unleashed vicious assaults on ethnic African civilians, particularly targeting the Masalit community, and has successfully gained control over the majority of this expansive region. On April 13th, villages west of El Fasher, the capital of North Darfur, were subjected to attacks and arson by militias associated with the RSF, according to Edom Wosornu, the Director of Operations at the UN Humanitarian Office. El Fasher seems to be the latest objective of these violent actions. She informed the Council that there have been ongoing clashes in the eastern and northern regions of the city, leading to over 36,000 individuals being displaced. According to Wosornu, the violence in El Fasher not only poses an immediate and severe threat to the 800,000 civilians residing there, but also increases the risk of further violence in other regions of Darfur, where over 9 million people are in desperate need of humanitarian aid. 20 years ago, the region of Darfur became widely associated with acts of genocide and war crimes, specifically perpetrated by the infamous Janjaweed Arab militias, targeting communities that identify as Central or East African. In late January, the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, Karim Khan, expressed the belief that there are valid reasons to suspect that both parties involved in the conflict in Darfur may be engaged in acts that can be classified as war crimes, crimes against humanity, or even genocide, suggesting a resurgence of a troubling legacy. Former Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir, who governed the nation for 30 years until his ousting in 2019 due to a popular uprising, assembled the RSF by converting Janjaweed fighters. The International Criminal Court has issued a warrant for his arrest, accusing him of genocide and other offences committed during the Darfur conflict in the 2000s. DiCarlo emphasised the need for increased efforts towards achieving peace, highlighting the proposal put forth by Ramtan Lamamra, the personal envoy for Sudan appointed by UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. This proposal suggests the convening of a meeting with African and Arab organisations as well as key countries in order to formulate a comprehensive strategy for mediation and peacemaking. Chambers urged countries in the region to refrain from supporting either side as the AU seeks their cooperation. He stated that they are also in the process of arranging a comprehensive political discussion for Sudanese citizens aimed at equipping them for the transition to democratic governance after the war. According to Chambers, the devastating impact of the war has pushed Sudan back by several decades, and the process of rebuilding the country to its pre-war state will require more than a generation. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.